we've skipped basically to where we decide whether or not we're going to meet with Shijou or not in real life.
We also realised upon restarting the game that the first scene you saw was them being hit by a car.
Yeah, so that basically this sort of last. So yeah, we decided just to replay from this bit. 'Cause this bit seemed key. So we're going to go meet him in real life because obviously at this point we don't know he's in the game. So we're going to go from that.
And we have a theory we want to test.
Yeah. Obviously, if there's a scene you've already seen, we'll just skip through it. We won't bother reading. We just go through it just so you haven't got to listen to it all over again. But let's go meet with him and see what happens this time. Yes, I'm going to need a partner to help me with this. Shijou, Joe, might shed some new light into what's going on. Okay, let's go meet him. I want him to know everything that's going on with Mahashi and Irizaki. Shijou responded almost immediately after I sent him an email. He'll probably be besides himself once he knows the truth about Bad End. I hope he helps me find a solution to all this. But telling information to a third party might jeopardise my life. I pray that I've not fallen into a trap. I can only leave it to chance. I met with Shijou in the family restaurant that I had met with Kanami before. We like it here. We met at the front of the store and sat down facing each other in a booth. We both ordered coffee for now.
I didn't understand all the details in the email. What exactly are you talking about? Don't we know what happened with Kana and Kyoko? They were both involved in traffic accidents by coincidence. I don't see any other reasons beyond that. If there are other reasons, how would you know about them?
His reaction was understandable, but, well, you came all this way to meet me because you feel you're just clutching at straws, right?
I suppose, not to mention that I want Kana and Kyoko to gain consciousness again. They are such close friends.
I understood where Shijou was coming from. It's time to talk. Okay, will you swear to believe everything I'm about to tell you?
Whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Because Iwashi
Iwashi and Miyazaki.
could potentially be saved.
What? Saved? What do you mean?
Shijou was stunned momentarily. He then leaned closer to listen.
If it will save their lives, then I'll do anything. Let's face it, their healed injuries mean nothing if they don't wake up. I had a feeling that there was something deeper that caused them to end up like this. I just knew it. So it seems I was onto something, right?
His perception was right on the mark.
That fucking straight.
He seems to have a basic understanding of mysterious phenomenon. This should definitely make it easier to talk to him. I took out my mobile phone. Have you heard of a mobile game, Bad End?
Bad End? Actually, I remember seeing it briefly on an internet website. It said that if a player dies in the game, then they also die in real life. Is that the game you were talking about?
That's right. I started up Bad End on the phone while looking around to make sure I didn't attract unwanted attention. I'm currently playing through it. It's not a rumour.
What?
Also, I turned the screen so Shijou could make out what was displayed. I confirmed that the main characters in the game were Irizaki and Mahashi.
What?
Shijou snatches the phone from me and glares at the screen. Give me my phone back. Wait, hold on, don't start playing, because if you make a mistake, you could die.
Yeah, I get it.
Shijou continued staring at the screen for what seemed minutes.
Kana? Kuko? Why?
I have a feeling that this ordeal was created by someone with bad intentions, and the only way to be free from the cursed game is to clear it. But why were they targeted? That's what we need to find out. Can you think of any reason why they would be caught up in something like this? Does someone hold a grudge, or any reason why they'd be involved in this type of game?
I can't think of anything because they've always done right. I don't think they've gone on anyone's bad side. No, wait.
Please tell me anything you can think of, no matter how trivial it may seem.
Prior to the accident, Kuko was paranoid. She was being chased by something.
Eh?
During those days, Kuko was emotionally unstable. I figured she was just having another delusion.
Emotionally unstable? What do you mean?
She had witnessed Kana getting hit by a car. I was at the scene when it happened. I was really shaken up and felt like I was going to go crazy. Eventually I was able to calm down, but then the next moment I noticed Coco acting strangely. Someone with a personality like Coco, I wouldn't be surprised if she suffered from psychological trauma. That had to be the cause. The accident she witnessed had to be what set this whole thing off.
Is that so? He didn't tell me this when we met. He probably felt it wasn't relevant at the time. I sipped the undrank coffee as I pondered to myself. The one who encountered a traffic accident first was Mihashi. Then that was followed by Iwazaki. What does it all mean? Iwazaki was paranoid about being chased by something. If the person responsible for Bad End was indeed the unknown entity, perhaps it was triggered by Mihashi's accident. I may find out if I keep playing the game. Iwazaki, Mihashi, the cursed shadow, could they all somehow be connected?
Hey, listen.
Hmm?
Are you going to continue playing the game?
You mean right now in the restaurant? There were a considerable number of people here. I wanted to refrain from doing it here.
Now that I know what's going on, I have to know the truth. I want to figure out what's going on as soon as possible, please.
His girlfriend's life was hanging on the edge. I can't find it. I can't find it in me to decline. Okay then, I'll play.
Thank you so much. Are you hungry? It's my treat.
Cheesecake, please. Well, I'll have a sandwich set if that's okay.
So, cheesecake, can I sit next to you and watch the screen?
Yeah, I guess so. Don't worry about your girlfriend. You can come snuggle up to me.
It was just like, yay.
I noted that the last save file after I took a swig of coffee.
See, we've done that and then we have to start again.
I know. We try.
And then comes back. There you go.
Okay, so we're back to in the scene. Of course, I wasn't the only one shocked beyond belief. Shijou was watching the screen, it beside himself as well. He's like, oh, it's me!
Me? Why?
Why was Akira in the game? The character on the screen certainly resembles Shijou. Why do we go from like using his first name to his last name all the time?
It's meant to be terms of manners and mannerisms.
It's annoying. Because I can pronounce the first names a bit easier than the surnames. What does this mean? What does it all mean?
Keep playing. I need to know why I'm in there. Giggly.
No, for now, let's just stop.
Why?
Because I'm a bitch. I try to remain calm. I want to see what happens next, but if you make the wrong choice and the game will kill you, it's as simple as that. It's just how the game works.
Kill you?
You should understand the consequences by now. I don't need to explain it any further. The penalty is dying. Even at a public place like this one, I don't want to cause a major uproar.
Yes, you're right.
I'm gonna come back to Mublers.
Come back to my place.
We then got up and left the restaurant.
Are you going to keep playing when you get home?
Yes, if you don't hear back from me before tomorrow, I'm dead. Ah, yes, you could assume I'm dead.
I don't want to even think about that happening.
Okay, see you later. Thanks for the food.
Wow. Wow.
Nightfall came and I opened my mobile phone and resumed from my save point. There were two possible choices. I must decide carefully. I can't afford to make a mistake this far into the game. Tell me about it.
It's the Kana is the shadow.
I know. What should I do? No, this is we need to decline.
Decline his offer, yeah.
So let's decline his offer. So we're still not gonna be like a whore.
No, we're gonna skip ahead.
Yeah. So he's just gonna say
Okay.
Were we supposed to come here?
Basically what you missed quickly was the fact that he just called Shijou to meet him up.
Ew, okay. That's not good, we're not supposed to skip stuff. Do apologise. Right, the meeting place was Tenshu Shrine. Shijou was waiting there in casual clothes.
It's good that you survived.
Thank you.
So, how have you progressed so far? For starters, what kind of game is this so-called Bad End? I want to know more details about the overall structure.
I nodded and told him what I'd experienced since I started the game. After telling him the general plot and game structure, a few concerns immediately came to mind. The first bothersome thing in mind, Iwazaki seems to have a habit of screwing around with guys. That's part of the game's plot.
So that's why you brought that up when we first met. But I'll say it again, the Kuroko I know in real life isn't that type of person.
So why is there a plot twist like that? The game seems to totally look down upon her character. I can't help but feel resentment towards her.
Resentment?
Iwazaki seemed to invoke someone's wrath and being stalked because of it. Do you think there could be even the slightest possibility?
That the game was created originally by Kana.
The words came out of Shiju's like a weak old man.
It's possible, that could be true.
What? What do you mean?
I have kept it a secret from Kana, but I did meet with Kyoko before.
Eh? So the game scenario was accurate after all. It makes sense that the correct answer was not to accept his offer in the game to go out.
What you're saying sounds spot on. The meeting played out very similar to that.
What was the meeting about? Was Kana mentioned?
Well, there was something. We've been dating almost half a year now. We've been going steady as lovers for quite a while. But we haven't thought about going further, you know.
Okay, well, so what?
So what I'm getting at is, are you willing to be more serious? Do you think it's about time we commit to each other more?
I don't understand what you're getting at. But don't you think that you should think about Kana's feelings first?
I see now. That has to be it. You slapper,
It makes sense. It was a heated conversation.
Shijou, bad Shijou. It was an intimate conversation and one I can never talk to Kana about. But please, don't misunderstand. Nothing has changed, okay? Nothing new has happened between us.
Oh, I see.
But Kana totally misunderstood the situation. Totally misunderstood.
So Kana thought.
Hey, what are you doing? Kana, what are you doing here?
Well,
I've been telling you since you left school. I felt something fishy was going on. No, you're totally misunderstanding this. Then why are you having the secret meeting all the way out here? What were you two talking about?
well, I just couldn't bring myself to tell Kana. I couldn't tell her the truth. It didn't feel right.
It's not fair, Kyoko. I hate you. Simple Titus moment. I hate you! Kana, wait, don't!
In a confused state, Kana ran out into the road.
Oh, shit, son.
So she thought we were having an affair.
And then died out of,
Yeah.
or comatose by a rage, and
Yeah.
typical spiritual thing is, yeah.
Yeah, do the other line. Thud. Then she was hit by a car.
To be honest, it wasn't the driver's fault. I mean, she just ran out into the street. The ambulance arrived on the scene and immediately took her to the hospital. They were able to save her life, but she's now comatose. That was the last time we were talking to each other.
I see. That seems consistent, given that Mihashi is definitely in a coma when we went to check on her in the hospital. But I had an obligation to Kana. The feeling stuck to me like a needle driven into my brain. Ugh. That means that the one bearing a grudge against Irasaki is... No way! I can't believe it!
But then shortly afterward, Coco was involved in an accident as well.
She had mentioned she felt like something was after her, right?
Yes, that's correct.
There's no way this could just be a coincidental situation. There's no hardcore tangible evidence, but it just makes too much sense. It seems like the only possibility, the one that has the grudge against Irasaki is... It's Mihashi, isn't it?
You've got to be kidding.
This would make sense given the facts. After Mihashi was involved in the accident, Irasaki was targeted and injured not long afterwards. Mihashi didn't have it in for her to forgive Irasaki, who was proceeding to steal her lover.
That's a misunderstanding.
That's the facts. She was in an accident due to a misunderstanding. She fell into a coma, still bearing a grudge. The wrath of Mihashi came out and attacked Irasaki. Mihashi's grudge was just too strong. Do you think that she might be involved in the creation of Bad End? This would be a clear motive to do something like this. Even though I consider the possibility, it was just way out there. However, Shijou wasn't trying to shoot down my theory.
Oh shit, Kana, I can't believe this. Why aren't you going after me? It's me who you should be after. Damn it.
It seems she truly believed it was her best friend's fault and not her boyfriend's. What it comes down to is, she's misunderstood by Irasaki asking you to meet with her.
I can't believe this.
All the pieces fit together. This was the only possibility I could think of.
What are you going to do? Will you continue playing the game? I need to know the truth. Please keep going and solve this thing. Please, I'm begging you.
Yeah, I'll keep going. I'll contact you again after the next session to let you know I'm still alive. Shijou seemed to be legitimately shocked. He walked away with his back hunched. I'm going home as well. I'm going to beat Bad End for sure. The adrenaline rush started thinning out in a few hours after I started for home. But the thought still nagged at me again and again. The fear of Mahashi actually being behind this insane game grew stronger each passing second. When Iwashi was attacked by the cursed shadow, Mahashi was behind it the whole time. I opened the mobile phone and fired up Bad End. I'm coming closer to the truth. I have been thinking while I lay in bed, why am I being attacked? We've done all this, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we want to obviously believe.
Yep.
So we're still going where it is kind of the cursed shadow.
Yep. And then it does the whole brings her there and...
So should we do all that then?
Yep.
Look forward to it. Who? What the hell? I stared dumbstruck at the text to be continued on the screen. The screen displayed this text for another 5 seconds and had faded and saved. To be continued? Does that mean I didn't beat it yet? The scenario seems to have reached a conclusion yet. I figured this was it and I would get all the answers. But it seems I was mistaken. My phone is vibrating. I heard a chime from my phone and checked for email. I was shocked by what I read. Meet me at midnight.
The truth be revealed tonight at midnight.
Eh?
Eh?
An image of a map was attached to the email. The map was of the town where Irizaki and Mahashi were living, the town set in Bad End. Also, a certain spot had been marked on the map. At midnight, it's saying to go there at midnight.
See you soon.
Mahashi had said it right before the game session ended, so that means the truth isn't revealed in the game itself, so the mystery will be solved in the real world. Only the player who survived up until this point is given a chance to know the truth. Anyway, I made it to the end. This is reason enough to be proud. La la la. The game that killed all those players and I killed it. Fuck all those players. However, Mahashi was really behind the whole damn incident. Mahashi completely misunderstood the relationship between Irizaki and her lover, and where it all began. She was involved in an accident due to a misunderstanding and rendered comatose. This caused her to haunt Irizaki and drove her into an accident as well. On top of that, Mahashi made the game Bad End just for that reason. She did this to make Irizaki suffer. I was sure I had all the facts right. It's not conclusive, but still. I'll get her to tell me everything. Most of all, I want to know why all those people and my best friend had to die. Why did Yuji have to die? I wanted to know the truth, and why he was possessed to play this twisted game. I must go to the spot on the map and find out. I have to tell Shijou about this. As shocking as it will be, I have to tell him straight out. I called Shijou.
What happened?
I talked about the fact that I cleared Bad End and backed up my reasoning with the concrete details.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Upon Shijou hearing the news, his voice became sulky.
Can I come over tonight? Kana will come, won't she?
Most likely, yes. I think something like a shadow will appear. It will come out of Mahashi's body.
I need to talk to Kana. Please, I have to.
I was going to ask if you could join me anyways. I could use your help.
Thank you.
After the revelation was revealed, I hung up with Shijou. For now, I need to calm down. Deep breaths. I'll put an end to this come midnight. I must prepare myself physically and mentally. I met up with Shijou and we went to the place marked on the map. It's the park. The only sounds heard were our own footsteps. We finally made it to the appointed place.
Is it right here?
Yeah. It ended up being a deserted park illuminated slightly by some nearby lampposts. It seemed nobody will be disturbed by whatever ends up happening. It's about 5 minutes to midnight. It's almost time.
Is Kana really the one behind this whole thing? I couldn't possibly imagine it.
But it's still the truth. You can't deny it.
You mentioned on the way over here your best friend was killed by this game, right?
Yes, I'm almost positive that was the case. He probably made a mistake early on in the game. I told Shijou about my main concern, finding out the mystery and why I was putting my neck on the line to beat the game. Hearing about how I lost my best friend, Akira's responded with a sad expression. Even though it brought back an emotional memory, it wasn't Akira's fault because he didn't know.
So what do you think about Kana?
And she's a fucking bitch.
I mean, being in the hospital and in a coma, we visit her, she remains that way?
No, she's a bitch. It's true that she's misunderstood everything from the beginning and the coma stemmed from it. While she misunderstood, it doesn't excuse what she did. Although I haven't heard it from her yet, I'm fairly certain it's the truth. Shijou naturally wants to protect Mahashi. I would like to think that tonight will end on a happy note, but I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be a good idea if you watched from behind cover?
But why?
In case I was suddenly attacked. In that case, you can get away in time.
I couldn't leave you behind.
Please, just listen to me. I don't want both of us to die. No more sacrifices in vain.
It can't be helped. I'll do as you say. Dot dot dot.
Dot, dot, dot. Shinju took cover behind a bush like I asked. I glanced at my wristwatch. It's almost midnight. And the time was midnight on the dot. I took a deep breath. And I called out in a raised voice.
Stop!
Mahashi, are you there? If you're here, come out.
Giggity.
My voice echoed through the night. Then I felt a slight presence.
Hey, look, it's me again.
A form blacker than night sky appeared before me.
Hello again.
It was the identical to the cursed shadow that had appeared in Bad End.
Sup?
The one responsible for Yuji's death.
What's up?
Finally, I meet you at last. You're surely behind this twisted game. I knew I was right. I said this bravely for someone who wasn't armed. I'm sure if I attacked it in any way, I wouldn't hurt that thing at all. Whatever may happen, fighting probably isn't an option. Will I make it out of this alive? It's not looking good, but I have to know the truth. I made it to the spot that you said. Now start talking. I want to know everything. Although I probably have a good idea of what's happening.
Really?
Odd. It's truly surprised by this.
There's no way you can understand. What do you know about me?
I take the initiative and explain what I know. I'll tell you exactly what you've done wrong and are accountable for. I'll tell you about the tragedy that you caused. Mahashi paused for a moment to let it sink in.
Woo! Woo! Akira is a lover, my one and only. Kuko, how dare you betray me? It's all a misunderstanding.
Shijou couldn't take it anymore and sprung from his hiding place.
Kana. Oh, Akira, my darling Akira. Ah, Akira, my Akira. This is all a misunderstanding. Kana, I can never abandon you. The only time I could talk was at that time, and Kuko was the only person I could think of. Because I love you, I couldn't tell you about the meeting. It would have hurt too much. Please believe me, Kana.
Then Mahashi began to tremor intensely. Oh, and everyone went pepper and picky. So odd, that orange.
Demon world.
The space around her became warped. What was just a dark shadow slowly took shape in the form of a woman. Oh, isn't that pretty? The next moment, the words from Mahashi came out with a blood-curdling scream.
Kana, you ugly son of a bitch.
This thing is one in the same as the original Mahashi. Where you're dating her? Dude. Even all this time after the accident, all the negative feelings pent up had gone out of control. The result is this evil being that stands before us.
Kyoko betrayed me. She's nothing but a slut.
Is that the real reason? Because Kyoko is a man-eater? To look down upon her.
Yes, Kyoko is that type of human.
You haven't answered any of my questions.
Shut up.
Why did you kill the other players?
Shut
You
up.
had no right to do so.
I'm trapping Kyoko so into the game. She'll never get out. The truth is, whenever someone dies as a result of a bad end, Kyoko's show bears the brunt of it with dire consequences. She's punished for their mistakes. Then Kyoko bears a grudge against the player and she in turn murders that person. This was the whole purpose of my game, but I'm the only one that actually killed them.
How could you do such a selfish thing?
The players latched first before the dive was. It was Kyoko. She was the monster. Then I showed the entirety of what transpired to Kyoko's soul, and she would break down crying. Everything was meant to torment Kyoko.
I see now. I knew that there had to be a bigger reason for this whole plot, but did Yuji have to die because of this demon's selfish acts?
Kana, please. You've done enough. No more, please. How do we wake Kana and Coco? Tell us.
That's not possible.
What?
The title of your game is Bad End, so that means there's no happy endings.
You can't be serious. Damn it! Stop messing around.
Oh, I hope she's got dashed into despair. Now die!
Oh. An overwhelming darkness races at us like a rabid beast. Ah! This is it. I'm done for. I'm no match for it, even if I resist. I'm going to die here. Damn, I'm too young to die. I want to shout this, but it all seems so hopeless. If anything, it felt good to die knowing how Yuji was killed.
You've done well, Kyuhei.
Eh?
Eh? What are they?
Shijou screamed and edged back. Then...
What are they?
Oh.
Whoa! Shit, son.
The area around Mahashi started changing, something it obviously didn't like. Wait, those are...
Kyuhei!
That voice! Yuji, is that you?
What up, dog? We've been waiting all this time to fight back against the one who murdered us.
I won't forgive you. I won't forgive you. Die, die, die!
I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll shred you into tiny, tiny pieces!
They are the souls of the dead people killed by Bad End. They must seek revenge. They've held grudges for too long. Karma is a bitch.
Stop it!
Mahashi struggles and tries to resist desperately, but the souls of the dead people persist and keep all Mahashi's body slowly cutting her down.
Help! Help, Akira!
Shijou is an ounce of the scene playing out before him, but he gritted his teeth and shouted.
The one who I'm going to help is the real Kana in the hospital. You're the reason the Kana is suffering through the nightmare. Just die already.
No, you're wrong. It's me, Kana. The real Kana. I'm right here.
Dramatic moment and we kindly ruined it.
An unintelligible string of words erupted from Mahashi in a death cry, then she vanished. The souls of the dead people had vanished as well. Yuji... Even though I call out to him, I can't hear his voice. Did he pass on to the afterlife? Is he resting in peace? It seems now I can finally pray that his soul may rest in peace for eternity.
About Kana and Coco, they're...
Yes, they're properly free from this curse.
That evil spirit was truly terrified. I'm still shaken by the whole thing. I believe the word is terrifying.
I agree. It was totally unbelievable. They even came to me in my dreams, urging me to keep playing Bad Ends. At one time, though, I thought they were haunting and cursing me. But that assumption was quickly laid to rest, as are they. They were wishing to be freed from the curse as well. It's finally over.
Let's go check on them.
It's very late now. It'll soon be dawn. Fuck it, let's just not go.
Alright.
I opened the mobile phone to have a look. Then I watched as the Bad End icon slowly dissolved from my screen. It was as though I never downloaded it at all. It'd be great if because all games did that once you finished playing them.
No, because I like to replay games.
Morning eventually came without me sleeping a wink. I laid out of school again and met Shijou in front of the hospital.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning! You couldn't sleep either, huh? You look like a zombie. You looked exactly the same.
I'm just that sexy.
Besides the restlessness, his eyes were glimmering with anticipation.
I've waited for this day to come. It's truly a miracle in itself. I was informed before coming that Kana and Coco really have awakened.
Alright.
Hooray, I can get laid again.
Shijou and I made our way out to the hospital and went through the same procedure as last time. We were finally called on to visit Mahashi's room. Fuck that, I want to see Coco.
Kana. Akira?
Mahashi, who was placid and pale, stared at her boyfriend from her bed.
Thank you for coming. Hey, that's my line. I've waited so long for you to wake up.
Her eyes catch my face incidentally.
Who's that guy?
It seems she doesn't remember anything about the incident.
He's a good friend of mine. He was really worried about you too.
Shijou gestured to follow his lead. I nodded in silence.
So, what are you about to say? It looks like you were going to say something. What I was going to tell you about what had happened, it was all a misunderstanding. Of course I know that. There's no way you'd betray me like that. Kuko wouldn't do that. She wouldn't betray me.
Mahashi's eyes started to get moist, then tears rolled down her cheeks.
I was filled with selfishness after the accident and caused so much trouble. No, it's okay. It's over now.
Just killed a few people, but don't worry about it, love.
Will you hear me out? I had a very scary dream.
I was frozen in place. Mahashi's scary dream.
What kind of dream did you have?
Mahashi gave an apologetic expression with tear-streaked eyes.
In my dream, I had become a terrible monster. Though I don't remember it in detail, it was very disturbing. I was so scared. I believe a large number of people died because of me.
They did. If word of this got around, there was no way anyone else would believe it, but what she described is exactly what happened in Bad End. Mahashi's misplaced wrath was responsible for the murder of a large number of people due to that game.
Please, it was a dream. Tell me it was all just a dream. Oh, of course it was.
Shijou made eye contact with me as to follow along. I nodded again. Oh, hi. The visiting hours finally ended and we had to leave. We don't go what? We're not going to go see the other poor girl? What the fuck? Shijou spoke up.
I'm sorry, but...
I know, it's for the best. I don't mean to hold a grudge against her for what happened. It was all a series of misfortunes.
Thank you so much for understanding. It means a great deal to me. Thank you again. Come on, let's go check up on Kyoko.
Good. Poor Kyoko.
What up, dog?
Akira?
Hi, long time no see.
Kyoko Irizaki, I immediately recognised her from the game. She was just as pretty as in the game. My heart started throbbing unintentionally.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I knew that was going to happen though. We're going to fall in love and date now.
Oh my god.
Did you skip out of classes just to come see me?
I heard that Kana had awakened. There was no way anything could have stopped me. I'm coming right away.
Oh baby. Kana too? I knew it. Knew what? Maybe she...
You never stayed in contact, have you? You said you didn't see her since childhood, right?
Well, yeah, that's right. Speaking of which, I explained that I'm actually a friend of Irizaki. That was awkward. What should I do to make sense of this? Kihoi Inoi... what?
Kyuhei Inouye.
Oh, so you remembered? Yes, I remember it all.
That's good to hear.
Shijou is actually misunderstanding a bit. And accidentally, Irizaki and I aren't acquaintances at all. Irizaki is remembering the event from Bad End, unlike Mahashi. Listen, I want to be alone with Inu for a moment. Oh baby.
Alright, so you two are pretty close, huh? Possibly, you two kept a promise for the future.
With that remark, Shijou left the room. Thank you for your help. So you didn't forget what had happened in the events of Bad End? Yes, unfortunately I remember it all. For several months I was tormented beyond anything you could imagine. My soul was torn from my body by that game, and I could only sit and helplessly watch. Every time a player killed me in the game, I felt intense pain, and the wrath of Kana's spirit attacked the player. The player mistook it for me holding the grudge, and as a result was killed. I was in so much pain. It's just as the Shadow has said. Irizaki has suffered so much pain and torment. But then, help came. You decided to play the game and save my life. The truth is, I played the game because I wanted to know what killed my best friend.
Fuck you.
No matter what the risk was, I needed to know. You persevered to the end and helped me. Oh, we fall in love now. Thank you so much. Irizaki laughed calmly. Her smile immediately set me at ease. But there is still something I need to ask her. Will you marry me? Do you have any resentment towards Mahashi? No. Kana was not the one responsible for tormenting me.
Technically she was.
I had fallen victim to someone's bad intentions by pure chance. That's actually a relief. It seems she doesn't remember that detail of Bad End. It's probably for the best to keep that secret to myself. I don't hold a grudge against her for what happened. Okay. Phew.
Ohio.
So with that, everything is settled. So I guess my business here is done. I guess I'll say goodbye to Irizaki. For some reason, I feel a deep sense of longing, a sense of loneliness.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Listen, Inu. Will you come visit me again? Huh? What did she say? Just like Kana and her boyfriend, I want someone to be with, someone to visit and spend time with me and talk to. That would truly make me happy. I see. Captivated by her beauty, there was no way I could decline. They're happy now.
Nom 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 nom. Eat her face.
And I suddenly recall. If a player had cleared bad end, then there was a reward waiting at the end. Oh, okay, so whoever won bad end gets a banger at the end. Okay, good to know. Maybe this is what they meant after all. The incentive of players to play the game. But I never imagined that the reward would be in this form.
Oh.
You got out.
You're the one that said they're gonna bang.
We're bang, okay. Then sometime later. Hi.
You seem to be in high spirits lately.
Oh, I'm finally dating.
What?
I'm sorry, were you in love with me? Kanari's face registers shock that I had never seen him do before. Why are you surprised? There's still some good guys left, you know.
I see. So you finally let it go. Usually circumstances and all. You know, I'm bringing that up to put a
Yeah,
dig
thanks
into
for
you.
that.
Oh, it was really good.
I really owe you a lot. Thank you.
Oh, me? What did I do?
It was due to Kanami that I was able to make the initial contact with her. He had seen how depressed I was and invited me out for sweets. Without that, I might not have found out the truth.
Oh, true. Well played.
So, I was able to track down her quicker than expected. Hi. Kanari.
Kyuhei.
Kuhei. Hey, cuckoo.
Kyoko.
It was only until recently that I started using an informal way of addressing her.
See?
I now call her by her first name, Cuckoo.
Kuko.
Everywhere we went, everyone immediately knew we were a pair. How is your body feeling?
Let me touch it and find out.
It's doing better. I can go out much longer due to getting my strength back. In the hospital, her muscles had atrophied. Atrophied? We don't know. To the point where she couldn't even stand up. With rehab, her strength slowly returned. For the past week is when she was finally able to walk again. Shijou insists that Kanuki is still immature. Oh, but I think the whole experience changed her. In my opinion, I think it made her a bit more assertive, which is a plus. It helps her self-esteem. Kana and Akira seem to be going steady now as well. Yeah, I agree. Should we go on a double date one of these days? You know, that's not such a bad idea. Kana Mahashi, her rehab is also going well. Each day is progressively better. Shijou is constantly inspiring her and helping her out so I don't have to worry. By the way, Bad End has completely disappeared. Yeah, the game webpage is also gone as well. The author is gone and the game hasn't somehow cursed us, which is nice.
Casually say it, why don't you?
Thank goodness. From that day, Bad End had completely disappeared from the internet.
Yay!
The devoted posters on the BBS anonymity board who have been wanting a copy were sad, but if only they knew what was in store for them, they would have stayed the hell away from it from the start.
Like you would, yeah?
Oh yeah, obviously. Do you think a game like that will be made again?
Don't know, find out, ask the producers.
I honestly don't know. Even if there was, I'd never play it. That's a relief. If you die without me, I'd be all alone.
And hits by a car.
Cuckoo folded her arms over me and gave me a warm embrace. I lost my best friend to this whole tragedy, but in the end, I was happy.
Wow, bros before hoes, man.
If I learned anything, it's that a small misunderstanding can make a mountain out of a molehill. They was just part of the human nature. Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised if something similar to Bad End was created again someday. Hopefully, it would get deleted before anyone got injured or worse, killed. All I could do is pray that I wouldn't come to that. I wouldn't come or it wouldn't come, I don't know.
Don't know, stay with Kirky, mate. Stuff.
Stuff. But?
Story design script. Alright, cool.
Character?
So basically it's the credits.
Didn't actually say what number Bad End, what number for the end.
It will say right at the end of the credits, more than likely.
Ooh.
So, I'm going to do my casual comedic thing and say that I have been holding this in for a while, so GentlemanMaj is out. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, thank you very much for watching. Oh my goodness, be quiet, you. I really guess that was obviously the best ending we could have got. We were very close with getting that ending on our own. I mean, we didn't, obviously, you know, we just went and changed one thing. So one tiny little thing. We were so close to doing it perfectly the first time. So thank you very much for watching. I've really enjoyed this. If you have any feedback on this series, please let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this series or you have a visual novel you'd like to recommend, please let me know. Oh, there we go. Ending number 14, The True End. And thank you very much for watching. He's obviously vanished, GentlemanMaj, because he had to go pee. I will put his channel in the description below. So, bye. There is a game in which a person that dies in the game will also die in real life. I'm playing it right now. So what's the title of this game? You're next. I will add that on at the extra bit. Thank you for playing. Your score evaluation is as follows. This evaluation is based on the first playthrough. Being such, you've probably made a few wrong decisions, which is natural. The evaluation is decided by how many times you encountered a bad end from start to finish.
1.
The final score is not influenced by a second playthrough and onwards. The score is permanent on the first playthrough. So obviously the fact we went back won't help. Anyway, we appreciate your understanding. So don't feel bad if you did poorly based on the score. The only way to get the highest possible score is to not make a single mistake. Now for your evaluation. Rank Super! You cleared the game without Kinari dying a single time.
It's true.
You're definitely a very lucky person and know your games.
That's totally what happened.
Yay! I already did the outro, so I was just going to put that on the end afterwards. Alright, thanks very much guys. Bye!
See you later.